this story of action in the face of tragedy and disaster fit with your story of dysfunction? Is it an exception?
Yeah, it is an exception, Larry. And I think, the blunt reality here is we're seeing this exception, this bipartisan action, this willingness on the part of Republicans to expend incredible sums of money from the public purse, going much deeper into debt, because there's a Republican president. And here's the contrast. We were flat on our backs in our economy in the beginning of 2009, after the financial collapse at the end of 2008. And remember, ultimately, we saw this broad bipartisan action when George W. Bush was president towards the end, with the bailout, the Troubled Assets Relief Program. It remains unpopular, but the fact is, for all of its flaws, it kept us from going into a depression, and it paid for itself. Then Barack Obama became president, and what was evident to every economist and social scientist and a whole host of others at the time was, we need a stimulus, a big one, because otherwise we're going to go further and further into the abyss. And in the end, the Republicans provided 0 votes in the House and 3 votes in the Senate to just get over that filibuster hurdle for a diluted package, and one that was changed by those 3 Republicans to make it less effective. And then they did everything they could to undermine the reality of what was done. Just ask yourself the question, if Hillary Clinton were president now, and we were in the midst of this coronavirus, what do you think the chances are that Mitch McConnell, were he Senate Majority Leader, would sit down with Clinton, with Chuck Schumer, if he were the leader, with others, to put together a $2 trillion package to help out the country? Or that Kevin McCarthy, as the Republican leader in the House, would join in trying to make this a reality? And my answer to that is the likelihood of that happening is close to 0. So we're still in the midst of dysfunction. It's just that periodically we are going to get a different response, and a bipartisan one, but it's simply because we happen to have a unique set of circumstances now, or at least a different set of circumstances, a Republican president and a Senate majority that's trying to cling to its own majority and protect that president. So I wish I could be more positive and optimistic, but I'm not.